Okay, it should be on.
Constantly hitting refresh on your page until your live feed shows up, and there it is.
Excellent.
What I can do.
Oops. Log.
Yeah, I muted that. I'm also going to hit pause so I don't kill too much data. And here we go. If I hit this, man.
If you have to cut out, just cut out.
Yep. There. Right.
Oh.
It's officially no longer hump day for me, but it's hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day! Yeah, it's a hump day!
It's a hump day.
Say,
it's a Hizzle Gaming Podcast.
it is.
It is.
It is.
I am drinking a chocolate milkshake from Steak and Shake, and they fucking switched to paper straws finally.
Really? Right? Oh, paper straws are bad.
Horrible.
Somebody needs to figure out that particular issue.
How to dispose plastic safely?
How to reuse it or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cups aren't a problem. I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to get a cup with like a little spout on it. And then just drink. You know, forget the straw altogether. But anyways, it's not what we're here for. We're here for free
video game news and all
free drugs and free drugs and no, free love, something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
No,
it's hard to say.
We're gonna look at gaming news and you know, PlayStation Store sales, and we're gonna talk about a huge phenomenon on Twitch. I could refer to it as Lost Ark, but it's really not Lost Ark itself. It has to do with how Twitch works. And Lost Ark just happens to fall under about 3 or 4 of the major, you know, items that, yeah, the major categories that create a good Twitch stream. So,
okay.
And the hypocrisy of all the people playing that, who are on record as being against that. And then as soon as it becomes a thing, they have to do it, and blah blah blah. I'm in here for the chat too. Intro. Yeah. So there's a lot to go into, but let's start with the deals.
Awesome.
I'm
actually having my laptop so I can see what the deals are. There's 2 actually deals going on in the store this week.
You got
this one I think is from last week, the Critics' Choice Awards.
Yeah, well, Battlefield 2042 is the new one, and I don't recommend that.
I got a feeling it's going to be going free within the next year or so, so you might as well just hold off.
wait till they fix it.
That, or if you really are desperate to try it, just get the EA Premium thing, which is like $15 for a month. You get the ultimate version of the game to play. So
you can only do that on PC, though.
Yeah, but if you were going to play Battlefield on anything but PC,
you suck.
Yep. All right. But yeah, that's currently on sale for $35, $36. Let's see what else. There's the Critics' Choice Awards.
Yeah, there's a lot of high.
Vanguard is on sale.
High quality games in the Critic Choice section.
Yep. I swear I thought I saw 2K22 on a deeper sell last week.
deeper than $20.
Oh, I'm looking at the. Oh, well, never mind. I was looking at the 75th anniversary edition.
Oh.
Oops. So there's that. Deathloop's on sale again. That's a pretty good price for that game. I'm still gonna wait for it to go a little deeper. Ratchet and Clank, $50. Yes or no?
No. If you haven't gotten Ratchet and Clank by now, you should wait until it's deeper. I think if it's not on your radar and it's not a game that you wanted on day one, then $50 is still too steep for you.
Right. All right. How about this? Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's got to be in your library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, do you go for the Ultimate Edition, which comes, if I remember right, it comes with the regular game?
It comes with the PS5 version of the first game.
The remastered version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you want. I don't know how much that is, but that's the one you want. It's probably like $30. If you don't own
Ghost of Tsushima, get the fuck out of our podcast.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, you need to have that for sure.
Currently on sale for $50. Mind you, these aren't deep sells on these games, but these games are worth owning.
Some of them are deep.
Yeah, like Far Cry 6.
Like you can get Borderlands 3 PS5 for $15. 75% off. Yeah.
It Takes Two is on here for $20, which is half off.
Yeah, and that's interesting because if you get that game and play it with someone else for free, that's $10 a person. That's pretty good for that game.
Yes, it is. Tales of Arise is on here for $40.
Yeah. Yeah, it was $40 around Christmas as well. $42, I think. It's not a super deep sale, but I don't know enough about that game to really recommend it, so I'm going to hold off on that one.
I will say, if you don't have Red Dead 2, this is actually worth that price point right there. That is a very good price point for that game.
Okay. Is there a PS5 version of Red Dead 2 coming? They never announced it.
Most likely. They just haven't announced it yet. I'm pretty sure once they do the GTA one, when they finally drop that, then they'll probably do Red Dead next. Because Red Dead has been picking up on popularity on Twitch recently. Because I think they finally got a hold of servers on there. So people are now able to do like Red Dead 2 RP servers. Let's see. Then, of course, there's Call of Duty Cold War. Actually, that might be worth a price point for that game, $30. Who knows when that's going to be given away?
It's $35 for me, if you want PS5. The $30 version is only PS4.
Jim, I gotta go now. I got your mic.
Continuing on, let's see. I was saying, Hades. It's the first time I've seen Hades on sale. It's a Game of the Year nominee from last year. $18.
It's a roguelike game. It's not bad. I played through it once, but I didn't feel like I needed to go through it and beat it several times to get the ending.
Borderlands.
I thought the game was difficult enough as it was.
I picked up Madden because it was $20.
All right. Here we go. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, $40. Yes. If you don't have that game yet, yes.
Super good.
Or you can get the digital deluxe edition for $50. And these are the PS5 versions of the game.
Yes.
I saw God of War in here, I think, for $10.
Yep. Well, if you're on a PS5 and you don't have Plus, get Plus, and then you get God of War for free.
True.
It's also on PS Now, which is a sub, which you can get God of War for free there also. Not free, but it's part of the sub.
The Witcher, $8.
Yeah, I've seen the Witcher Game of the Year collection for 10. So if you don't have Witcher though, what the hell's wrong with you? Your Chorus game, the spaceship game that you bought, that's on
Yeah.
sale. It's
How
not
deep is that on
it's
sale?
not a deep sale, but it's only 25% off. It's 30 instead of 40.
That's not bad. I think that game is actually worth probably like 25. Lost Judgment's on here on sale.
Yeah, I picked that up on
sale either.
I picked that up at Christmas time, but yeah, it's on sale again.
Let's see. You got Watch Dogs Legions, which at the rate it's going, it's going to be a game they're going to give away for free. That game has been on sale almost every other month.
Yeah, it's going to get down to, Far Cry Ghost Recon price points soon, which is like under $15.
All right.
If it isn't already there. What is it right now? 20?
I saw it on here. Give me a second. I have to refind it.
I picked up Tribes of Midgard
$20
for 13, and I'll honestly say that game is probably not worth even 13.
It's worth $20 for the digital deluxe, $29 for the ultimate edition. The season pass is on sale for $20.
Okay, so not quite down under 15, but it's getting there. Yeah, Tribes of Midgard. I don't know. I wasn't,
It's a meh.
Yeah, it's.
Now, if I can control it, where like if you control like the scenarios where it's like, give them longer days, make it where giants don't show up until like after the 5th day or something like that.
I kind of felt like okay, so number one in that game, like you don't want to play with randos because you're supposed to work together to sort of build up your base so that you survive. And if everyone's kind of off doing their own thing, then that mechanic doesn't work at all. And then if you play by yourself, which I actually did this weekend, I played by myself for about one session just to see how far I could go. And it's boring. It's just the combat is not engaging enough. It's just mash square, and the rest of the game is just going around finding shit to upgrade to stay alive. So I can see it being more fun with more people, like you work together to build a base, but the mechanics of it it's a good idea for a game, but the combat is just so simplistic that it gets boring very fast. So the bosses are literally just like, don't get hit by their shit they throw on the ground and then mash square. So I don't know. There's that Middle Earth Shadow bundle, which is like all the Middle Earth games and all the DLC, but it's like a little bit too much. Still $31. I thought we saw that for super cheap during Christmas. It's like $10 for that or something. Look at that. Hot Wheels Unleashed's first sale. Coming in at $48.99.
All right. I see that Rogue Squadron's in here on sale for $12. Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
If you don't already have it from PS Plus, yeah.
Yeah, because they just gave that away like 2 months ago.
Same thing with Persona 5 Strikers. They just gave that away, and it's on sale.
Yakuza Like a Dragon is on sale for $35.
I think that's worth it.
50%.
I would recommend that.
It's half off.
Especially if you like turn-based combat games. That game.
Oh yeah. And silly JRPGs.
Well, all JRPGs are like that. Come on now.
I said silly.
They're all like that.
I know. Let's see. What other games are on sale? I see Borderlands VR 2. Borderlands 2 VR is on sale.
Mm-hmm. You can get a Code Vein Deluxe for $20.
Yep.
That's like
the
Dark Souls.
PlayStation VR games required. Blair Witch. There you go, Aaron. You need to play Blair Witch.
Oh, no, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I need to play Let's Sing 2021.
All right. I'm going to say this. Wolf Among Us, $3.
Yeah, Darkest Dungeon is $5. I think that game is actually kind of fun for $5.
Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 are on sale for $20 a pop.
Twompers.
Yeez 9. God damn it, you fucking trucker.
Yeez 9. Yeah, you said that wasn't as good, so
it's not as good as the other one. All right.
So yeah, there's a lot on sale. There's also like a DLC area.
Add-on on Dell for 50% off.
Yeah, but there's really nothing in there that I saw that was any good.
Maybe the season pass for Lost Judgment if you didn't get like the top end version of the game. But that's it. But that's still $25. That's a little too much price. Because I don't think there was much DLC for that game.
You can get some Avengers tokens and costumes and stuff. Don't do that.
Oh god damn! I got a truck coming my way, so I'll be back in a little bit. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, so a lot of DLC, but basically this add-on deals. It's mostly game currency, but if you go over here and you click on level, you can see like some of the season passes. So, yeah. So there's Horizon DLC for $5, which Horizon is coming out soon. So maybe you want to tack that onto your base game and play that if you haven't already. But most of this Far Cry 5 Lost on Mars, if you're going to play one DLC for Far Cry 5, this one is pretty funny. This Lost on Mars one. You actually go to Mars. And it's weird. Looks like they put Dying Light on sale, like yeah. So that's it for deals. Let's go over to the PlayStation blog, where they announced Wolf Among Us 2, which I don't know if that means Telltale is back. I guess it is. I guess the studio that made Telltale games is back. There's a game called Conan Chop Chop, which is a co-op roguelike game. I don't know. It looks weird. Party up and work your way through an online roguelike game. So roguelike games have actually caught on pretty strongly.
Yes, they have.
And so, co-op roguelike is next. And it looks like Conan Chop Chop is trying to get in there. and be one of the first roguelike co-op games. I mean, obviously, Tribes of Midgard is another one, but like I just said before, the combat in that game leaves it something to be desired. And then, of course, is it a week? About 10 days from now, Horizon Forbidden West comes out. So they released.
Oh yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. They released a little gameplay.
It's literally the only game I'm buying this month now.
So let's take a look at that on video real quick. A little gameplay of. It's short. It's really short. It's like a minute long. Of Horizon Forbidden West. I don't know how good this is going to come through on the stream. But holy crap. It is just, and this is on a PS4, so well, that was like 20 seconds long. It looks like some of the monsters can throw fire, like maybe the environments can catch on fire. That'd be interesting if you could like break off pieces of the rock. Remember in the original Horizon, like the enemies could like destroy trees and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if they took that further this time, because a lot of the combat kind of looks similar to the first game, where you're
it's going to probably play very similar, probably with some new mechanics and probably new ways to like. I like remember you used to be able to like take control of enemies mid-fight, so they would start attacking enemies around you.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to re-implement that to like on a bigger stage.
I would like to see more environmental interactions, like being able to drop rocks on monsters, and more than just.
If I remember right, I think that like during one of the trailers, it showed her like running through like the trees and stuff.
Yeah, and I seen there was that one section with the elephant where the elephant like crashed into the ruin and it like crumbled. That's the kind of shit I want to see. More elemental reactions, which it looks like they may have added, like lightning, freezing, fire. I want to see more of that. But all in all, it's like just jumping back into this world, like that. It's super exciting, and it's like, man, what's it gonna fucking play like on PS5? It's like, oof. I like how they can like show this and like it doesn't give anything away. It's just like, oh shit, it's just a big ass fucking open world.
Well, it feels like everything they're showing to us right now in the shows, even though I'm reluctant to watch it because I just want to go in blind.
Sure.
I guarantee you is probably all the stuff you'll probably experience with like in the first 2-3 hours of the game.
Oh, you think that's all the shit they're showing? It looks like also they brought back the hunter challenges, which remember from the first game were like kind of the way you got upgrade tokens was to like try to get gold medals on the hunter challenges. So
I really don't remember that, but yeah, I saw what it says challenge at the Forbidden West or whatever.
Mm-hmm. There was a new trailer for Evil Dead, which I am not. I love that I love that movie franchise, but the game looks stupid to me. I don't know why. But it's made by the same people that made Friday the 13th.
Well, at least they finally got the rights to do this one because the Friday the 13th, they actually had to stop what they were doing because they didn't have any of the rights for that title. So Friday the 13th was actually
like kind of make it, and then hope later to get the rights.
Well, they made it, and then they ended up having to stop production on the game after they made it for a while because it was gaining a lot of popularity, and the people who made Friday the 13th found out and did a cease and desist. So they had to work out a deal, I'm assuming. It's like, listen, you got to pay us this so-and-so amount of money if you want to use this, probably. Which I'm pretty sure they did.
So they're
Why is it asking for my birthday?
They're getting the characters from the TV show. So like the newer Evil Dead characters, the girl.
Yeah, I saw like the first, I think 2 episodes of it. It has the girl that played Xena, the warrior princess, in it.
Oh.
And it has, of course, Bruce. And then there was like 2 other characters, which were like, one was like a lackey of Bruce, and I think the other was like a cop or something.
Yeah, so May 13th, that's when this game will come out. I don't think it's going to be much. I don't think it's going to have much in the way of single player like story.
No, this is not going to be single player at all, dude. This is going to be purely 4 versus 1. Like, 4 go into an area, there's going to be some undead stuff they have to fight, but I guarantee you there's going to be like one big main boss that an enemy player probably controls. This is basically like Left 4 Dead or whatever that game is. It's very popular.
Okay.
At least this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it says you'll be battling the forest, or you can play as the demon and unleash hell by possessing items in the environment and summoning deadites.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It's probably.
I mean, it will still probably be fun to try, but it's not really my kind of game.
4v1, probably microtransactions.
Yeah. Oh, definitely microtransactions, dude, because they're gonna have like different variations of like Bruce. Like, watch Spider-Man Bruce show up, the announcer dude from the Spider-Man movies.
So I'm gonna save the last 2 topics, the Lost Ark and Sifu.
Okay.
For the end, let's talk about GT7. They had a state of play.
I did not see that.
For GT7. They also had a state of play for Ghostwire Tokyo.
I did not see that either.
Oh. So the biggest.
I watched the Nintendo Direct today.
The biggest takeaway from GT7 was quick blurbs on it. Again, this is a lot of shit on the PlayStation blog about all this, but also the state of plays. Ghostwire is not a horror game according to them. It is a thriller, and it's first person. After I saw the interview with the studio and the kind of state of play, it actually got me interested. Which before I was like, I'm out because it's the first person.
Yeah.
But this game is not guns. It's like
it's a. Oh yeah, it's Shinshu prayers.
Yeah, it's like all kinds of weird fucking magic. Like
it's hand motions to summon magic to be able to ward off demons.
Yeah, so kind of interesting, like the way you take down enemies. Like there's like a color system, and then there's like weaknesses, and it's all magic. Like it's not first person like big ass gun model in your face type shit. But they're saying this. They didn't make it so they're not making this game so it's scary. They're making it so it's kind of like mysterious, like strange, more than scary. So again, that helps me because I'm like, I take a look at some of the videos from this game, like, oh shit, they're gonna try to like make you crap your pants.
Even though it's a Bethesda game, you got to remember this is a Japanese studio's first title with Bethesda, so I'm willing to check this game out.
This is not,
but I'm not like 100% interested. I'll have to check out the state of play to see how I make it, because the way you're selling it sounds like it might be different from how I initially thought it was going to be. Because I thought it was just going to be like a run and gun thriller where you just plow through the levels like Wolfenstein kind of thing.
No,
but like Shinsu powers or like priest powers or whatever it is.
I get the impression that it's going to be very like each enemy will have like a weakness, and you're going to have to like use all your powers.
Yeah.
And be kind of strategic about it. There's also like warping.
Yeah, I saw the warping.
I'm kind of curious why this isn't a VR. Doesn't have VR
Well,
aspect.
it probably will get VR probably later on.
But I mean, yeah, it looks way more interesting to me than your typical first-person game.
I know some back details of that studio. I remember when they initially... Remember it was like back in... I think it was like 2018, 2019 when they showed that game. Like at E3. It was the Bethesda stage. And they brought out a director and then some female director or whatever. And everyone was sort of picked up on this game because of the female director was like really fucking cute.
yeah, she was dating Elon Musk for a while, or she sat next to him or some shit, right?
Or like she sat next to Elon Musk. I think she left the studio shortly after E3.
She was just a PR person. She wasn't a developer.
Yeah. I just remember the news that like she left the studio or she was fired from the studio or she left it because I guess the director was jealous or something along those lines was what was floating around. Because she like her popularity skyrocketed because of that press conference. It's like, well, of course, she's a girl, and she's cute, and she's entertaining
and kind of weird, yeah. But yeah, this game looked like the story plot kind of teasers looked interesting, and then like your standard first person shit is not as just kill everything that moves type situation. So I still wish it was third person, but whatever. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of information came out about this game, and there was this kind of a state of play on it. So two PlayStation states of play last week.
Nintendo Direct was dropped today.
Nintendo Direct. You want to talk about that? Because you're not going to be happy when I talk about it, because I hate Nintendo. What's up, Awesome?
I figured you'd hate Nintendo.
I mean, so let's talk about Nintendo Direct. 60% of Nintendo Direct is just games that already exist coming to Nintendo Switch, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm okay with that. And then, so what do you want to talk about specifically from Nintendo Direct? Because I watched Nintendo Direct.
Well, I'm definitely going to be talking about the fact that they're coming out with Xenoblade 3.
Okay.
So that, and it's actually coming out this year, which is actually a good thing. I'm so used to like getting the things like, oh, coming to you in like 3 to 4 years kind of deal. Every game that they announced today drops in the first half of this year besides Xenoblade.
Which is why they didn't talk about Zelda.
Exactly. I think they're saving Zelda for E3.
Well, what about Mario Kart 8, though? Is that coming this year?
That is coming out this year. The DLC for it's coming out this year. I am actually upset about that. I don't think they should be charging people paid DLC content for remastered courses from previous Mario Kart games.
Well, I mean, it's Nintendo.
Why not just work on a new Mario Kart?
Nintendo, though. That's what Nintendo does.
It's Nintendo. Yeah. I know they dropped all the Kingdom Hearts games onto their cloud, I guess. Whatever that is.
You can play them over the internet. You can stream them.
Yeah.
Which nobody does.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no one does that shit.
I'm definitely probably not going to get Mario Strikers.
Definitely not going to get it, okay?
Yep. I don't care about soccer. I don't care about Mario and soccer. The thing that made me laugh the most, there was 2 moments in this whole thing. One, they really, really, really need to rephrase this Kirby mouthful.
No, they don't. It's Nintendo.
They need to rephrase it, dude. But at least this Kirby, they showed more gameplay of it, and I was like, yep, this is literally Mario Odyssey with a Kirby skin.
Yep, Kirby is going to be the most popular game out of this, probably for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Triangle Strategy is another game I'm excited for. These are the 2 games that are dropping next month that I plan on getting. And then I was sort of disappointed with the Fire Emblem Warriors. I was hoping it would be a new Fire Emblem game, but it's basically just Fire Emblem 3 houses, but in like a Dynasty Warrior setting kind of thing. But so that should be fun.
Then don't forget Wii Sports for your Switch.
Switch with the leg strap
and those shitty Joy-Cons.
Yeah, that was the other moment that made me really laugh, was because when they decided to do the live demonstration of the volleyball.
I mean, who doesn't want to play Wii Sports on the go?
Why is there a leg strap?
So that you can run around with the Wiimote with the fucking Joy-Con attached to your leg. You know how you get you know what a fucking Nintendo Joy-Con leg strap is? Fucking duct tape.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, can't you just use like tape or something? Or better yet, just stick it in a sock and tie the sock around your leg?
Just wear shorts and put the fucking shit in your pocket.
Exactly, that too. Throw it or put it in your sock.
You could wear cargo shorts. You know, they have the pocket on the front. They have cargo shorts with the pocket on the front. Just put it in there.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work well. It's gonna be janky.
Oh no. Like, the only reason I would ever play Wii Sports ever again is if they gave it out for free.
No, that was
and the only thing
Wii Sports.
And the only thing,
Wii Sports
the only thing I would play on there would be bowling and baseball. I would never play anything else.
Wii Sports Resort was the best game on Wii by far.
Okay.
On Nintendo Wii Sports Resort was the best game. The one that came with the extra axis. It came with this little thing you had to plug into your Wiimote to get the rotational. You know, the X, Y, and the Zeta, the like rotational shit. And that game was the best game on Wii by far out of every game. You know, with that waggle that there was, because it added that additional like rotational.
There was only one other game that caught my eye, because there's only like 3 or 4 games that actually like looked interesting to me during that whole thing, and that was a game that I played when I was younger, and that's Chrono Cross remastered, and that's and I'm like, for the Switch, yeah, sure, why not an RPG on the go? Mind you, I won't spend more than like $15 for that game. So hopefully they price that thing right.
Sure. It won't be 15.
So, all right.
It won't be $15 though.
It'll probably be like 30.
Let's go to the last 2. Let's go to first off Sifu, who a lot of people have been playing. I haven't played it, so take
I haven't played it yet.
Take my my experience with a grain of salt. So Sifu came out with a live action trailer the day before it launched, which kind of made me suspicious that they're not showing the game, they're showing live action, whatever. Then I watched a podcast with 4 people who had finished the game, who are all Dark Souls people. They're all like well-known Dark Souls. They love Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all those types of games. And they were talking about the game from a perspective of difficulty, because the game is supposedly difficult and requires multiple runs, and it's short if you're good. Like, the game's like less than 5 hours long, 4 hours long.
Okay, probably explains the price point of the game.
Doesn't have any difficulty settings. It's just difficult. And you're supposed to, part of the game is you're supposed to die. Like, that's part of the game. Like, like all the mechanics and upgrades and stuff are based on your age, which you age up when you die. Or I guess you can start over. You can start the levels over. And so there's sort of this you play the game, and then when you go to play it again, the goal is to like play through it without dying. To be as young as possible when you finish the game, right? And there's a lot of mechanics for that. So it's kind of like a roguelike in a way, or more like a speedrunner's dream. And then I was watching it, and I was in a stream, and the guy was like, "This is the greatest game of all time, and game of the year, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, why? I said, and I was curious how it was different than Absolver, because Absolver is the same studio that made Absolver, and the combat looks similar, a little bit faster. And apparently the guy's stream that I was in is like the biggest Absolver streamer in the world, and that's like his favorite game of all time. So
that's his favorite studio.
They were like, "You're in the wrong stream, dude," and I'm like, "Yep, I'm in the wrong stream." So I've been trying to get people who have played both Absolver and this to kind of compare the two, because Absolver to me like had this feeling of
it wasn't bad, but it was just like, what are we doing?
It had this feeling of like floatiness. Like, you would punch a guy and like it would just go thud, and then like they would punch you and it would like, it felt like air, like, and then like
no, they would. Yeah, I remember that, because you, me, and I think, was it Dave?
It's Dave
that played it.
It's Dave.
Yeah. So,
but it just, the combat just felt floaty and not. It didn't have oomph to it, right? And then I'm watching people playing Sifu on Twitch, and I'm feeling the same way, except for I don't have the PS5 controller in my hand, right? I don't know if there's like haptic feedback, or like everyone I've listened to when they review the game, they don't talk about those type of things. They talk about how much they enjoyed trying to get the perfect run on a level, right? And how it's challenging, and how you memorize, there's a bottle here and there's a bat over here, and and you, as you do levels, you get better at just being like, okay, I'm going to save my bat for the 3 people over there in the corner, and I'm going to throw this bottle at this person, and you just get better at kind of memorizing. And then the way it feels once you've memorized all that shit is it feels like an action movie. Like, it's all scripted, right? Like, first I take out that guy with a bottle, and then I fucking bat down 2 people, and then I parry this guy, and then Big Boss Man comes in, and I beat his ass and throw him up against a wall or whatever. There's a lot of really good environmental reactions. Like, if you're near a bar, when you're beating a guy up, you'll like throw him into the bar and like fuck him up. Or like, if there's a door, you like use the door to like fuck a dude up. Or, there's like light, you can like pull light bulbs out of the ceiling and throw them at people, shit like that. So it's very like, I guess what they were saying is once you get into the flow and you've kind of memorized the levels, it feels like you're kind of in this perfect action movie where every movement is like choreographed, you know. But then I watch other streamers who aren't good at the game, and I just see them getting their ass beat over and over. And I'm like, ooh! I'm like, that didn't look like an action scene. That looked like some, Ryan Reynolds getting his ass
I was
kicked.
watching streamers play the game, and I noticed that some were good, and then some others were just like really bad. Like some were just good, just getting through like the mobs, but then they get to a boss,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they blow through all their lives on the boss.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they're trying to play how they fought mobs.
Yep.
And they're going like, look, he's going through my blocks. It's like, because, yeah, he's a boss. He hits harder than the fucking twigs.
Yeah, I guess there's like 4 different ways to like avoid damage, and you have to use all 4 of them, and depending on boss fights. And I'm assuming the game is hard. Like I've seen.
Oh, yeah. I am not doubting this game is not going to be like easy but I don't think it's going to be like on the difficulty standards of like insane hard.
Okay. Like I said, I watched
So,
I watched a podcast with 4 guys. All of them beat Sekiro.
okay.
All 4 of them beat Sekiro with no death runs, and they all said
these are like the elites
yeah,
of
and they all said that this game was hard, but doable. And then
okay.
their caveat to that is there's a trophy for finishing this game under age 25, which is like
That's hard
less
because
than 5
you
deaths.
start at like you start at like age 20 or 21.
And they said that trophy is going to be rare, very, very, very rare. So,
Okay.
and then when you go on Twitch, you see like people playing the game just to play it, and they're getting their asses handed to them. And then you watch, there's like other guys who are like, this is my 20-year-old run, and they restart every time they die. And like it's just them replaying the same shit over and over and over till they can get through it without dying. So, so yeah, it's one of those type of deals, and so I'm actually, because it's a PlayStation title and it's like it's highly refined. It looks like it's highly refined. It's probably going to get a look from me like later on.
Later on in the year.
Yeah, but right now I'm just like fucking Horizon, damn it.
Yep. I'm basically right now waiting on Horizon. The reason I'm waiting on Horizon because I was also going to get Sifu this month. I have to hold off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second after I deal with this drop.
Okay, well, we'll go into my Lost Ark discussion while he's dealing with things. So here's the IGN article. Lost Ark is one of Steam's biggest ever games, even before it goes free to play. So like right now you can play Lost Ark. I think it's $15 to get in.
Starting price is $15, all the way up to $100.
To get in early, the game drops actually on the 11th, so in 2 days. But you could get on today for as low as $15, and people are getting in mass. And if you go on Twitch right now, I'll take a look. I'm pretty sure it's the top game. I will give you the numbers right now. No, Just Chatting is a little ahead, but it's 225,000 viewers on Lost Ark, including pretty much all of your big streamers: Soda Poppin', Summit. I know Asmongold's playing it. Tally, Rich.
I can tell you how many people are playing right now on Steam.
Even Kriparian's playing it.
Right now on Steam, there is 295,000 concurrent players.
Okay.
This is within the last hour.
Yep, and there's 225,000 people watching people play it as well. So, and these are probably people who are determining whether or not they're going to download it when it goes free.
Yep. In the last 24 hours, the peak was at 506,000. Nearly
Is it?
507,000.
Are those numbers going to balloon when it's free? Of course they are.
Oh, it's gonna balloon like a motherfucker. I'm afraid to even attempt to try this game, at least for a month or two, because I'm not paying money for this game. If I decide to play this game, it's going to be when it's free, and it's going to be down the road because I have other shit to play.
So all the big streamers, even Krendor's on right now. All the
I
big
don't know who that is.
streamers, who usually play MMOs are all in this. Diablo streamers are in this. Even some FPS guys. Why is that? Why is this a streaming game? Not necessarily because it's Lost Ark. It's because this game has a lot of downtime and it's very it's Diablo-esque in the fact that most of the time you don't have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just kind of mindlessly just murdering shit all over the screen. It's flashy. And also, people who want to play it need to learn about it. Because it's kind of one of those games where you have to learn like what's best in the game.
Yeah.
Like how to play a class or what gear is the best and all that. So there's a lot of learning, and then there's also Twitch drops. They're doing a really good job with drops. They've given all these big Twitch streamers drops, and people are trying to get those drops. So this has all the big three elements of it's a streaming game. It's a lot of downtime. It has a lot of interest because it's not truly out yet. Free to play for everybody. It's kind of like a open, I guess, early access to people who want to pay. And then it also has the drops, right? And that, you remember what was that one game? I guess it was Valorant. When Valorant was like giving out codes to the game and people were just trying to get codes and they were in Twitch streams, like hundreds of thousands of people just trying to get codes. I think it was Valorant.
Okay. It could have been. I know they did that.
But it's a super smart way to like stage a release of a free-to-play game. Yes. It's super smart. So they're doing a really good job of it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the hypocrisy of the people playing this game. The people who complain about, that are jumping from MMO to MMO. The major streamers, really, all the big MMO streamers who complain about their game having too much pay to win in it, too many cosmetics, too much store items, XP boosts.
Going to a game that emphasizes on these kind of traits.
Going to a game that's completely based off of that. This is a
Korean MMO.
It's a phone.
Korean MMOs are the Korean MMOs are like this.
Yeah, no, like nothing against this game. Like I personally don't have animosity towards this business model. But if you spend half your YouTube channel content and half of your Twitch streams complaining about your MMO because they released a store mount or they have some XP boosts or level boosts or whatever, and then you jump in this like it's everybody's jumping on this like it's the like the most hyped greatest game of all time for all of them. It's interesting to me because I'm like they're not going to get any blowback. Like, for example, Asmongold was playing today. He had drops. He had Amazon ads running on the bottom of his stream. And I don't have anything against that. I think that's cool. I think it's cool that that's really good for his stream, and that's really good for like the game simultaneously. Like the game is looking out for the people who are playing it and the people who are streaming it, and also, I mean, Amazon is behind this in the United States, if you didn't know. But the game is looking out for its players as well by staging the release like this. And then, you know, if it's a halfway decent game without spending money, then I would guess, just like with 2K and all these sports games, there'll be no money spent YouTube channels, right? Lost Start, no money spent, right? Best builds, best gear, whatever, best pathing. If this is going to be a thing, but I just find it funny that you know, this goes back to my my theory that the players have killed MMOs to the point where they're all going to be like this in the future. And that's totally okay. They can be like this, but if you wanted an MMO that was like not pay to win, then stop playing these. You know what I mean? Like, don't promote them, don't play them. Right? If you truly wanted that, then you wouldn't. But everyone's going to, so it doesn't really matter. That's the thing. I think is my major point is you killed your own MMO. You loved your MMO that you loved 15 years ago. That was, you know, everyone pays the same amount and has the equal chance to get the items in the game. You killed that. So don't complain that it doesn't exist when you killed it, you know.
Gold.
What's that? I didn't hear it. You broke up.
Aspen Gold.
Well, he's one of the major ones, but there's other guys too. There's lots of other guys who also streamed a lot of World of Warcraft for many years.
Like S-Fan and
yeah, I mean, they're not
Tally.
Tally.
Tally's fucking playing this right now.
Yeah, it's like,
and I've only known Tally to ever play WoW.
Well, he lives like down the street from where they make WoW, and he knows a lot of WoW people, like in real life, like development teams. Soda Poppin' is another one. That's like if you're gonna
this shit in years.
If you're gonna sit there and complain and criticize and get to the point where you're actually taking your audience from one game to another, then you don't get to complain anymore. Like when you get to max level in Lost Ark and you realize that there's a mountain there and you can't get over the mountain unless you pay, you don't get to complain. Like, you have to pay, sir, or get out. Like, that's just, you know. And I have a feeling this game will have its like free to play players who will tout, you know, I've never paid to play, and then it will also have its audiences who just watch. They don't actually play because they don't want to pay, so they'll just watch their favorite streamer pay.
I heard there's a guy that dropped $30K on this game.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, Asmongold bought the $100 like pack or whatever today on stream.
But you know what's really good about? Well, this is the argument I've been hearing. What people have been saying, it's like, it's good for the people who are willing to spend money on this game, because in the end, it means it's more content that they're able to make that'll bring it to the free players.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's a good model for Twitch, because who's gonna watch a stream with? I mean, I'm used to it because I play sports games. So like, how many streams are there where the guy on stream just opens packs for like 3 hours? He doesn't even play the game, right? There's like,
oh yeah,
there's like this already exists. And
this is already a thing that's been coming back around, these pack openings, because people have been getting all those Pokemon cards.
Yeah, Pokemon is super.
Just doing streams and just opening packs, like Logan Paul. One of the Paul brothers or anything, he made news a couple weeks back because it turns out that he spent $15 million on fake Pokemon cards for pack openings.
Or I've seen videos where they stack packs that are not even like real packs. Like they restuff them so they can open them on stream, and then they're guaranteed to get some rare card so they can react. But I mean, there's meta on top of meta here, because you had like the first couple days, and you know this, people were in the Lost Ark Twitch streaming Lost Ark, watching someone else explain Lost Ark while someone was playing Lost Ark.
Yeah, I was talking about that the other day.
It's like it's a streamer watching another streamer who's commenting over another streamer. It's like 3 streamers in one, right? And so this is like, you know, pack openings, but like I can see there being, like with Genshin, it's the same thing, right? I can see like free no money spent accounts. I can see, you know, where there's channels dedicated to no money spent. I can see like channels that pop up that are like, I'm going to buy everything. I'm going to spend thousands of dollars. I'm going to buy everything and make videos of it. And so I just don't, like, you can't complain about that side of it anymore. It's done. As far as I'm concerned, people who complain about that shit that are in the MMO space, they're done. They're sports gamers now. They have transitioned. They can't complain about that shit anymore. They are going to jump on whatever is the latest and greatest free-to-play model, and the middle to small streamers are always going to jump because they're going to try to find a game they can stick to get a solid audience. You know, same thing with Destiny and Diablo and all that shit. It's like they want that solid audience. So when it comes to streaming or Twitch, when they say, oh, this game is huge on Twitch, it's like the reason why is because of a few pillars. It's not really the game itself. It's the reasons why people will watch. And in this case, it hit all 3 of the big ones, and they're not stupid. This company, Amazon's not stupid. They know what they're doing. In this case, they figured it out. They're like, not only does Amazon own Twitch, but they have this game too. So they know it creates engagement, and they're getting it right now, big time. So it's not surprising that the Amazon game that's on the Amazon Twitch service is doing the best of any game that's out right now. It's not surprising to me.
I know it's not surprising at all. I also know that they're even pushing a lot of smaller streamers who are partnered with Twitch. They're pushing them to front page a lot right now. Like, really? There's a guy I watch who averages like anywhere between like 50 to 250. And the past few days, he's been on the front page of Twitch. And I think the day Lost Ark dropped for people that paid for the game, he had like 18,000 people watching him.
And he got put on the front page?
He's on the front page until the end of the month.
Wow. That's good. And I don't have a problem, like, personally, I don't have a problem with any of that taking place. What I have a problem with is the prominent streamers who complained for years that the pay mechanics, the store mechanics were ruining the games, are now all over this game. And I'm like, it's over. You can't complain about that shit no more. You just have to play the games. And if they have, you know, pay stores and they have pay to win mechanics in them, you have to deal with it the best way you can and figure out, you know, what's worth it and what's not.
Yep.
And that's kind of everybody's thing, right? I think, you know, that's where games are headed. Sony announced they're going to have 10 service-based games by 2026. That's their goal. So Sony doesn't want to make single-player games anymore either. So it's kind of up to the players to sort of stream this shit, figure out whether it's good or not, and it's up to the people consuming it to figure out, can I play this for free and enjoy it, or fuck this shit, I'm out, as you would say.
Yep.
Heacher would definitely say that shit. He would be playing a free to play game, and then he would be like, no, fuck this shit, I'm out.
I mean, that's my logo. That's my slogan. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
But like, sports games went this way, like, I want to say probably 10 years ago. And there's still pushback to this day on sports games, but it's not really, like, there aren't gaming YouTube channels devoted to it.
That probably started all this. It's either FIFA or it was either Madden.
Yeah, one of the EA games. But, 2K's not innocent either. It's like...
No, 2K isn't.
2K actually...
2K has the benefit of also having Rockstar under its wing, so Take-Two makes quite a bit of money.
Yeah, like Grand Theft Auto. You don't think Grand Theft Auto is the same thing.
I know.
They got to a point where they're making so much money off their online service that they don't care they really don't care when their next game comes out. They're like, fuck it, we'll milk this shit as long as we can. And every development house and every publisher is looking for one of these. They all want one of these. They want it because even if it's only like successful for a few months, sometimes it makes billions of dollars in those few months.
Yep.
So
well, all I know is I guarantee you within a month we're gonna hear about probably the same streamers.
They're gonna be going to the
who
next
are all
thing.
Hyped up for like New World. Bitch.
Oh, New World's dead. New World is dead. I've already seen YouTube channels about New World being dead. Because this game came out and like no one's playing New World anymore. So
right now, I don't even think anyone's playing New World.
No, it's dead.
There is 1.1k viewers.
Yeah. It's dead. It's completely dead compared to where it was just 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And this is this crowd. This crowd is perpetually MMO hopping now. When content comes out for an MMO, they go to it like fucking flies. And then when it dries up, they go to the next thing. So like Final Fantasy Endwalker comes out and everyone's playing Final Fantasy 14. And Twitch is heavily...
It's going to be a while before I even get near that content. Like, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, but I'm still working on Heaven's Sword.
Yeah, like if you...
I've been putting about like an hour to 2 hours a night into it, and that's about it. Because I figured it's like, okay, time to now put a pace on this game.
Well, if you look like in the MMO genre, usually World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14 online are usually in the top 10. And right now, if you look, World of Warcraft is about... I'm not going to count ASMR and just chatting, but World of Warcraft is about number 15 or so. And Final Fantasy 14 is down around like number 25. So those games have, there's still 12,000 people watching WoW. So, WoW is still hanging on. It's still there. But, like, Final Fantasy 14 for a while there was fucking kicking it. It was in the top 5. And everybody, like, talks about that game and defends it to no end. And it's like, it is falling off.
Dude, right now, Valorant.
Because of Lost Ark. All those Final Fantasy streamers are all playing Lost Ark. So...
so the top 5 right now is Just Chatting.
Of course.
At number 1.
Yeah.
Lost Ark. Lost Ark was actually at like higher than Just Chatting today.
Yeah, I
for a
know.
while.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5, which is I'm honestly surprised that it's at this peak, but I'm got a feeling it's those RP servers and it's probably like very big Twitch streamers.
Well, XQC's on GTA 5 right now. That's half the
That's
viewers.
more than half. That's
Yeah.
more than half.
Yeah.
He probably has like 110,000 people watching him or something.
Yeah. He's on right now, so.
Apex Legends
Yep.
and League of Legends.
Every single game.
League of Legends, Lost Ark, and Just Chatting, I am not surprised. I am surprised about the other two, though, being up there.
Every single game in the top 20 is a service game. Or
Minecraft is in top 10.
And the only one that's not is Sifu, and that's just because it came out like yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Sifu is in the top.
And Sifu has
15?
Like I said before, Sifu has a speedrunning community. And that's why it's way up there right now. Because there's people trying to...
I'm going to check out when Games Done Quick come out for their yearly charity.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely going to be playing Sifu.
Yeah, I believe it.
Mm-hmm. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you look... As you scroll down, you're just like, oh. Yeah, like all of these...
Skyrim has more concurrent viewers than Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Wait, no. That's weird. It says 5.4K viewers for Skyrim, 5.5K viewers for Final Fantasy. So...
It's close.
Yeah.
But, like, those are all service games. Well, not Elder Scrolls, but I bet that's just mostly one.
It should be considered one.
It's mostly one. It's mostly one person.
Well,
Vinesauce 5,000.
The game.
One person is 5,000 of those 5.3.
Well, what I meant is, it should be considered a service game because everyone just keeps on rebuying the fucking game.
They keep re-ringing it out.
Oh, I just got paid.
Yeah, and Halo Infinite has completely fallen off, so that's interesting. Like it is, Halo Infinite is for all points of purposes dead.
I uninstalled Halo Infinite today.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead as far as shooters go.
It's dead as a shooter. It's not coming back. The only time it will come back is probably when the Halo tournament starts up, which should be sometime later this year.
That's when you'll see Halo's fallen below Fall Guys and
2K.
in 2K. Yeah, it's about to fall below Sea of Thieves, which for Xbox is just they must be very worried. If Halo drops below Sea of Thieves, it's like oof. So
Phasmophobia's up here too, near it.
It's it is what it is. Twitch is a weird arena, but it's also like when people complain like on YouTube videos about service-based games, it's like what can you do about it? You can't, because they just keep getting stronger and stronger. Like Lost Ark comes out, it's not even out yet. You have to pay to get into a free game, and it is the biggest game out. So how do you deal with that? Do you care? Like, do you think that service-based design makes the game worse?
Not really. Because over the years, we've been noticing that service-based games actually been holding up.
Well, I look at it this way. It depends.
I think
if the game completely tilts towards the service, then yeah, it makes it worse. But if the service provides the income to continue
a benefit,
to continue making content for the game. So, for example, I would probably say GTA. That's probably a better example. Or,
okay, I can tell you about GTA because I actually spent money on GTA. Like, I would buy cards.
So your money is financing extra missions that they've been putting in the online content now for the last 3 years.
5 years.
5 years, whatever. Yeah, it's been a while. And so it's like if I was playing that game, if I just bought GTA,
no, you're right. You're right. You're more right than me. You said 9 years.
If I was just playing GTA, like, and I didn't put money into it, your money would be giving me missions.
Yeah.
But if it's like what's an opposite example? Like,
Candy Crush.
Yeah, Candy Crush is designed. It's the high levels in Candy Crush are designed to force you to use items that you have to buy. You can't. It's almost impossible to beat these consistently beat higher level Candy Crush levels without purchasing, the buffs and the special items, or like, COD, for example, all their cosmetics. It's not getting you any more content. It's not giving you like another a single player experience or an additional map. It hardly, they hardly ever add anything to Call of Duty. So it's just money for them. It's not making the game better, and not adding to the game. So, but I think, after listening to the Lost Ark developer, and listening to the head guy, like the funds that go into Lost Ark that they collect from the players are going into creating content that free to play players will be able to get to. So the money is being divvied up in a way where somebody who doesn't pay money is benefiting from people who are paying money, and I think that's where it has to sit. So like the way I see that in a sports game is tons of people buy packs in 2K, right? But 2K puts out seasons and they put out content every day, just about every other day, challenges and stuff that you can play as a free player that is being funded by people popping packs. Right? So like I can go in online onto my career and I can go get some, fucking, Halloween fucking clothes for my character, or I can play 3v3 versus Kobe and LeBron, or I can, shit like that, that's being funded by, I think most recently, like they put in, what they put in? I don't know. It's just little things here and there, but they put in some shit to my career just recently. It's just like a cruise ship or something. You can play basketball on like this. It's like a basketball court on a moving ship in the ocean or something. Yeah, and that's like everyone can do that. You don't have to pay to do that, but obviously that content was funded and created by people who are paying. So as long as that model exists on some level, like if you're really into a game, like you want a avenue for people to pay to keep that game running, or you just want it to be a single player game that like lives forever and is in its pristine state. You know what I mean? Like the original Final Fantasy VII or some shit like that. So look, it's who's that? Is that Hitman?
I don't know. I just hit a low back.
Who's Timmy?
Never heard anything.
Who's
back.
Timmy Johnson?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, is that McLovin?
McLovin?
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, Lost Ark. Like, we'll see. I think this one will last longer than a month or two.
Yeah, I plan on trying it out.
I definitely plan
probably a month or two.
Trying it out.
But I'm planning on waiting a month or two before I even try this game, because I'm gonna wait for the crowds to sort of level out, if you know what I mean.
I'm gonna play it
because I know there's like right now there are queues anywhere from the 2,000 to like 5,000 range. and that's going to just.
And that's when it's not
the
free to play. Yeah, that's you have to pay to get it.
That's going to turn into basically it's going to turn into like probably a 10 to 20,000 queue.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to mention earlier that about something about Nintendo. Oh, I was buying only Nintendo games for the next couple months because the only game I'm buying this month is going to be Forbidden West. And the reason is because on a whim, I looked online because I've been keeping an eye out for one, and I managed to pick up an OLED Switch.
Oh no! Now I know why you're so into Nintendo.
Well, I was planning on getting a bunch of games this year, anyways, for Nintendo because there's a bunch of games that were coming out, anyways, that I plan on picking up for my Switch.
Okay.
But also, another reason I decided just to do the upgrade is because my Switch, since it's a basically day one Nintendo Switch, a little more than 4 years old now, 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I ran that thing a lot. The battery on it is shot. So it will last basically like about 40 minutes to maybe an hour and a half without the battery. Like without a charge.
Mm.
So I'm like, yeah, time to upgrade. Oh, thank God. So, but yeah.
Okay, well, you bought a Nintendo. You're like the you're like that PlayStation girl video where the guy's like, the Nintendo girl jumps out and is like, OLED model. And
Look at me.
And he's like, all right, take my money.
Basically.
Cool. You should donate your old Switch to like a place for young kids.
Well, I'm gonna leave it at my house
Sell it.
So when my niece comes down, she can play on it.
Yeah, I'm getting Horizon. I will be playing. I am almost done with Uncharted 4.
Yep.
The Thief's End, and I will be playing Uncharted Lost Legacy, and then I will be trying to squeeze in Horizon Forbidden West DLC.
You mean Horizon DLC?
Yeah, just Horizon
Dawn
Forbidden West. Horizon Zero Dawn DLC.
Yeah, I'm like Horizon Forbidden West DLC. What the fuck did you do to get that kind of content?
Whoa!
That's like a year early.
Holy shit! Just announced.
Knows a guy who knows a guy.
Yeah, just announced Horizon Forbidden West DLC Hizzle. But yeah, I'm gonna do all that and then kick off Horizon on night number 1 at the 9 p.m. when it comes out my time. And
I need to buy me a 13-inch or 14-inch tablet screen. Then I'll just bring my PlayStation out here to work, plug PlayStation in, and plug it into the little screen and a speaker. And just plug it
got a little tiny TV.
Go like, I can still play. Nah.
You're not gonna have that Thursday night off?
When we get someone out here, but it looks like I'm getting Fridays off for a while.
So you'll be able to play it the next day. Pretty much the day it comes out. The day it comes out, not the night it comes out.
I mean, I'll still be able to play, even if it's just like maybe a few hours in the morning and a few hours at night before work. So it
comes out on a Friday, so if you have Friday off, then
all I know is I will be picking up a bottle of Bacardi Zombie when that game drops and enjoying a nice, refreshing glass of that. And
well, you deserve it. You definitely deserve it. Anybody who works 6 days a week for any length of time deserves it.
Nice glass of adult juice.
Adult juice.
You need to actually try it. I recommend this to drink.
Okay, I'll see if I can get some.
It's just like a fruit. It's like a fruit rum. They have different flavors as well. It's just I'm a big.
And then in March,
Okay.
I don't care. I know there's a Final Fantasy game in there somewhere.
There's Final Fantasy, and then there's a few Nintendo Switch games. That's literally what's the games I'm buying in March are the 2 Nintendo Switch games, Kirby and Triangle Strategy, and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, GT7 didn't do enough to get me, but Assassin's Creed
Oh, well,
DLC.
we'll just have to ask Flat about GT7 because you know he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's getting it. Assassin's Creed, we'll have him stream it so we can see what it's like. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok is my jam.
Yep.
Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins is my jam. And Ghostwire Tokyo, man, it looks good, but nah, it's a sale game for me. It's a sale game.
If anything, even if it's not on sale, it's something I'll pick up later whenever I blow through the games I actually want to play. All right.
That'll do it.
That's it for the podcast.
I'm going back on
I'm
going back on Twitch for anybody who wants to watch. No more sports games though.
I'm gonna switch over to my phone, or at least I'll stay on my laptop for now. But I am gonna go AFK for a few.
Okay. Let me know when you're back.
Okay.
That'll do it.